Han Rashid.
I'm so excited.
You really want to see this?
Yeah,
You
Han
really-
Rashid versus Chaotix Acid.
Yeah, and we've seen both of these earlier today. Han knocked into losers by a rewind. Acid winning so close in that set with Osmo. One of the better matches of today, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Now, this is going to be another Batman. We're seeing a lot of Batman here. It's just the region of Batman. West
SoCal
Coast.
is synonymous for Batmans.
The Batcave is hidden somewhere in SoCal.
It
I don't
might
know
be.
where, but we'll figure it out.
They've definitely. I think they've come out of hiding. Specifically because Theo hasn't been coming to locals, or really he hasn't gone to a major yet. I believe Theo, from what Mr. Aquaman told me, said that he will be going to CEO, which is fantastic because Theo is one of the gods of Injustice 1. I really don't think you can argue that, but with his absence, the Batmans are coming back out.
Yeah. Someone needs to remind them who they're playing.
Them, Jesus.
Now, this is a matchup that we've seen a lot at Wednesday Night Fights. It's not that easy. So, okay, here's the big thing. This is a very polarized matchup in the fact that Batman does have a relatively difficult time getting in on Deadshot, but if he gets in on Deadshot, Deadshot has a very difficult time getting
him off. Yeah, it becomes like a fly on nap paper. You just
and yeah, this is something we see just a lot between specifically Han Rashid and Nubcakes and Chico.
True.
Honestly, between all of them, there's like a lot of Deadshot play and a lot of Batman play.
Like we said, we definitely don't have a lack.
Yeah, no shortage of, no deficit of Batman players and Deadshot players.
Oh man. Good old LA region. SoCal, baby, you're in it.
Yeah, for those of you there who didn't follow Injustice 1 very much, SoCal was known for picking a lot of the really good characters in the game.
Superman, Batman.
Yeah, some jerks
Aquaman,
playing Black Adam. Some jerks, I don't know.
It's funny too, because we were trying to warn the world, and they didn't believe us, and then you saw what happened.
I didn't, actually. I closed my eyes. No.
Well, that's because you were too busy getting destroyed by Superman.
Yeah, I was. Just like Shazam in story mode, my eyes were burned out.
Oh yeah, you played Shazam.
Yeah.
How did that work out for you?
It was worth it. He was my favorite, and I hope he comes back for DLC.
Actually, I gotta say, Shazam's combos were so cool.
Everything about Shazam was cool. I mean, he grabs you and just body slams you and just does air combos. Oh, it's too cool.
Yeah, dude. My favorite thing about Shazam is how Superman melted his brain.
Thanks, man. Thanks. That's actually why I'm sad we didn't see any cheetah play from Sammy throughout the whole tournament, because she shares a lot of moves that Shazam had.
I really would have wanted to see some cheetah, but I mean, it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, she's got a very similar playstyle, although not quite as like wrestlerish. So I like her. I've been playing her a lot, but not quite much. And Ash is going to get back a little bit of life, but he's still got to get through this force to zoning. No conversion. There could have been conversion after that from Han.
Nice grab. He was challenging a lot from that range when Acid was getting close with back one too. Instead, he just dashed up for a grab. Really good conditioning there.
Oh, and he got in, but that's the life bar.
I'm not going to say, again, it's possible. It's just, it's highly unlikely.
Oh, that was a good start, but yeah, that push blocks.
Good shot in the face.
That was a really good option, honestly. You build a lot of meter with Deadshot, and push block is big. Push block pushes them almost half screen. Pushes them so far back, which is exactly the range that Deadshot wants you to be in. So we'll see if Acid plays anybody else. I actually don't know any of Acid's other characters.
Who would he pick though?
I don't know. Deadshot? No, I mean, that's what we see a lot of the time. A lot of times people that are having trouble with zoning so far in Injustice do pick up zoners themselves.
Sure, and to kind of counteract. It's like putting milk, drinking milk when you eat something really spicy. Like you try to counteract the spicy. It's like trying to counteract the zoning, I guess. I'm sorry, I don't know why I used that. It's not a terrible reference though. You can't get mad at me for it.
No,
technically you can, but
maybe you're just hungry.
I'm always, as you can plainly see.
No, but it is exactly what you're saying in a way. But it's like fighting. It's literally fighting fire. It's fighting firearms with firearms.
Right.
And that's not what we're seeing right here. Acid did choose to stick with Batman, so he is going to be slowly, patiently waiting to get in. Very nice. Oh no, drops the conversion from slide. That was a good frame of mind to be able to punish or to get the start of the conversion, but couldn't.
Yeah, I now realize that my comparison was actually awful.
It was okay.
this is exactly the story of the first game. It's just Han Rashid doing a very good job of shooting, and then the biggest thing is Han Rashid is knowing exactly when to challenge when Acid is getting close.
And this is actually this is somewhat close to a storyline from SoCal that we've been seeing a lot at the last Wednesday night fight. So Nubcakes, who is in our winner's top 8,
Yes.
Originally he just hated Deadshot. He lost to almost exclusively Deadshot throughout the entirety of the first 3 weeks of Wednesday night fights and other tournaments.
Arkham's your next
And
stop.
he just said, this is just dumb. He said some
Choice words.
relatively mean things to Deadshot players, but that will remain unspoken.
The classic Nubcakes.
The classic Nubcakes.
He used to be so nice until he started playing fighting games.
He started playing top tiers, and
That's true.
he changed, man. He became the evil Nubcakes.
Yeah,
Nubcakes
those
people
things
to
will
it
change.
through a little mustache. No, but to continue the story, this last week, I don't know what it was. He does a little mustache. But this last week, I don't know what happened at Wednesday Night Fights, but something just like changed in his playstyle. And for a while, we had some people at Wednesday Night Fights saying, maybe Batman's the best character in the game. And Nubcakes, well, he might not agree with that exactly. He realized, for whatever reason, that he does stand a really good chance against Deadshot. He changed something in his gameplay, and he beat multiple of our best Deadshots to win the tournament.
Including
last
Zach
Wednesday
Rob.
Night Fights. Yeah, Zach Rob and Han Rashid. Zach Rob was his match in Grand Finals. Now,
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing to make it work, but now suddenly he doesn't feel so bad about the matchup, and he says, oh, you know what? I think Batman is extremely good and can handle these
Oh,
matchups.
all of a sudden? Oh, yeah.
All of a sudden. Well, hey, you know, the game's still early. We're still exploring a lot of new things, and sometimes you just get overwhelmed by Deadshot. You have to play extremely clean.
You absolutely can. Even for characters that can fight him well, it still can be a very daunting task.
Yeah, we talk about momentum characters, and a lot of the time we talk about characters that they knock you down, and then they get more mix-ups, and then that gives them more mix-ups, and then it just keeps going. But he's actually a momentum zoning character.
Yeah.
Well, he's actually both, but zoning is momentum because, especially if he gets a chance to set up trait or hit you with a few of his different options, a lot of times you'll be patient, you'll be moving in, you'll take some chip, you'll let him build meter, but you make a mistake and you get hit and it knocks you back out. And then once you get knocked back out, suddenly you're at more of a life deficit and you realize that you have to get in more, and that means you make more risks, you take more damage, and the momentum runs away in his favor as a zoner.
Oh, missed the forward 3. I agree with what you're saying, though. Absolutely. He has... The crazy thing about Deadshot is that not only is his zoning really strong, but his up-close game is also almost just as strong.
Yeah, he's some of the best
not better,
overhead
actually. I don't even know, yeah.
Yeah, it could be better. It could be better, especially in the corner where he gets tons of meterless damage off both his overhead and his low starters.
All right, to start, though, Acid doing a lot better this time around.
Way, way better. But he's in that zone right there. And you know what? Slide.
Oh, he tried. That would have been so sick.
He's missed that a few times,
Yeah.
but it's been working out really well for him as a tool. He hasn't gotten the reward off of it that he wanted.
But he's also, yeah.
He's hit a lot of slides into bat, and that's a good option because it goes underneath the projectiles, it's very fast, and it catches the startup of any of his projectiles that might actually beat it. So, Han taking Acid's first life bar, but they are full screen. It's about a 40% life lead for Acid, slowly going away. That meter burn.
Honestly, though, his bullets really don't do that much chip. He doesn't really do...
That's the biggest
That's
offender
like
as
the
far
biggest
as
one, right? But, I mean...
But that's the Deadshot playstyle, is that you have to manage your meter well so that you don't not have meter once they get in.
Yeah, because if you block everything else he does, it's just like, eh.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest issue then, of course, is meter game. But Han has taken the life lead back. Acid has not been able to get in at all. He used the meter, didn't work out for him, getting pushed back again. Han was still another bar, using the down one to kind of bait out something, pretending that it was a fireball. And Acid, he's not gonna be able to clash anything now. He's got to use this to his advantage.
Oh, so close.
And wasn't quite able.
So close yet so far. I was rooting for him.
Yeah, honestly, his patience was really good, and he played really, really well in that last game. He just wasn't able to get the momentum back after Han took his first life bar. So it was close. He tried his best, but unfortunately wasn't able to get through the zoning. Now, there are options in this matchup for sure, but you know, Han is also a great player. He's a great player who uses a great character, which is exactly what we've been seeing. And that means he's going to be moving on. But Acid, honestly, with a great showing himself, too. He still had one of my favorite matches from all of tonight, which was him versus Osimo.
Yep. Which brings us to Flacco versus Rashid.
So Flacco versus Rashid is going to be very similar to Flacco versus Chico. And that's because Chico did use some Deadshot.
He did, at the
and
very
I wouldn't
end,
be
yeah.
surprised if Han Rashid did end up choosing Deadshot also. And so we might see the Cyborg Deadshot match again, and we'll see if Han can change how he plays that. Because Chico, it didn't quite work out for him. He wasn't able to keep up that zoning momentum. He lost the life lead, and then he had to go in, which just wasn't a good look for him.
Which, yeah. But I will say that Han Rashid is definitely a different player.
He is. And
than Chico.
The other big thing is that Han definitely concentrates on Deadshot, while Chico concentrates on Batman and then sides Deadshot.
Sides him?
He sides him.
He just sides him.
It's his sidearm. My apologies. My apologies to the stream and all the effect. But, you know, who knows? Who knows what everybody's going to pick? Flacco going over Batman.
That was a really cool Superman gear, by the way.
Purple?
Can you go back?
Actually, okay, here, this is the first time that we've seen this on Hometown Heroes.
Hidden cursor.
We're seeing a hidden cursor. Wait,
double
hidden cursor.
Hidden cursor, all right.
Nobody knows who they're going to pick. Han ongoing. I actually legitimately think he forgot. He messed up and didn't know where he was.
He's like, wait, where am I?
He's like, wait a minute.
Who am I?
I don't know where I am anymore. Did I pick already? What if he'd accidentally chosen Blue Beetle and we were like, oh, Blue Beetle, and then he didn't know how to play him?
So cool.
All right, so we do know Han is going for Deadshot. Who's Flacco going to use? Cyborg? Aquaman?
Yeah, and I don't believe they did competitive mode.
All right, so yeah,
tournament mode.
May have to restart this match, but in the meantime...
Yeah, that is significantly less chip, I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, I don't know who's got more gear, but yeah, for those of you who don't know, there is a setting that you do have to turn on while choosing the map, which is competitive mode. And there's two different options. One is that it changes, or it equalizes the level. So say I have a level 10 Deadshot.
That teleport is gear specific.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. It's cool, but not. I don't think it's tournament legal. No, but like I was saying, so say I have a level 10 Deadshot, and you have a level 10, 20
Firestorm.
Imagine if you did.
It's not going to be a fun time for you.
Right. So there are just like, there's just raw stats that everybody has just based on the level. And you can equal that out. You can also change it so that it turns off gear. And that means that you get to keep what your gear looks like, which is why we've had all these very diverse-looking characters so far.
Great.
But yeah, some of them, there's a lot of stats. There are a lot of moves that are pretty insane. And I do love seeing them. So I hope one day we do get to see a gear tournament.